welcome everybody. It is a sincere pleasure to welcome you to the Global Special Educators Virtual Summer Camp 2020.
The online transition and the number of speakers has truly made this edition an interesting one. Please permit me to share my thoughts with you as I welcome you all to this year's summer camp experience.
And you're a special educator for me, or an inclusive educator, that's what I usually want to call it. You are one person. When you leave your classroom, when you go home, you think, John was struggling to understand this concept. How best could I have done it? You interrogate yourself. As a teacher, you interrogate yourself to say, how best can I have done it? You lose sleep over your children because they become part of you.
And one of the things that we do is we encourage parents to visit our website where there's lots of key
something like Nessie products. Do you have things that are specifically made for, say, the African or sub-Saharan African region, which are lower price, which are more affordable for people here compared to it? Because when you look at it, we don't have as much support as maybe schools in the US or in the UK have. So do you have things, created for the sub-Saharan Africa or, that sort of thing? Or are you looking to do that sometime in the future?
We are right now. We're working with the Cadet Academy on a training course, which is specific to Africa. So I'm really eager to see how that develops. I know it's going to be wonderful because of the Cadet Academy. Now, the great professional ladies there will make it terrific, I'm sure. So we're looking forward to that. As far as the Nessie Reading and Spelling program is. I think that it depends on what cost it needs to be. It's when we.
How do you become strong? Because strength is a thing that can be spoken about, but where do you draw strength from as a mother to say, this child is having limitations and I must be able to accept it? How do you become strong for yourself and for your child?
Honestly, through him. He has such a strength of will. I mean, I'm very blessed that he has such an incredible strength of will and such a good heart himself. He's very brave. He's willing to run into any situation. And I realized that if I stopped putting the barriers in front of him that I thought should be there because of what I wanted him to be and let him go, that I was enabling him to be something greater than I could conceive. The moment you accept that imperfect is more beautiful and full of joy than perfect, is a very good.
It as an opportunity to share my story, of which most people have been asking me to do. I must say it that no parents plan to have a child with disability. It is a journey that is unplanned for. As Ashley said, most times we all have plans for our children, the dream and aspiration, how we want them to turn out, what we want them to be. Disability becomes apparent few weeks of life or few days, depending on the diagnosis. For some, maybe Down syndrome is so obvious from birth, while other disability may take few months of life to come into reality. For instance, most people that have children with autism don't have a clue that the child will come up with such a disability until few months of life. And I conducted a research recently with one of my prof, and we found out that trauma related stressor significantly influence psychological health of parents having children with special needs.
Ashley's story is so good. I love Ashley's story. Now, here in California, a lot of parents can't take it. Now, when their kids have disabilities and challenges in learning, they just freak out. One, they don't know what is going to happen when they die. And so they ask a lot of questions. What is going to happen to my kid when I die? How is he going to take the train? How is he going to drive? How is he going to... No, so those are a whole lot of questions. And
meanwhile, teamwork is also the same. They are, I want you to note certain words. Effective, is efficient. It's combined effort of a group of people, especially when it's effective and efficient, and they are working together as a team for one common cause, for one interest. So who is our interest? What is our interest? The child.
From collaborating with teachers, like minds, people like yourself. I just had a training with Senkos across about 159 of us about 2-3 days ago, and we were just sharing, we were just discussing. Each of us were writing things down because we're learning. It's an international thing, but our settings are similar. Okay, so that's basically what collaboration is. And then collaboration I will take it out of what I've been given to speak. You collaborate with parents too. They know their children. They can give you information. They can give you guidance.
The way we do this is we take the thought and we move down to our hearts. The brain functions in order to protect us. So it's constantly sending messages around. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. So we want to break that cycle. And the way to do that, and how I work with children, is to tell them to sync their brain up with their heart. So you actually breathe in a warm feeling to your heart. And you do this with the children as a parent, as a teacher. You can stand right next to them. And what we found in these studies is that the magnetic field of the heart goes out 3 feet. So if you're standing next to a child and breathing with them.
Sincere thank you to all of our speakers for lending their knowledge, expertise, and their heart to us today and sharing with us some valuable information. Really thank you so much. From all the speakers and their details, and any resources and materials they may have shared today will be made available to everyone via email after the conference. So without further ado, I don't want us to get cut off, and we still have a big day 2 and day 3. I would like to say thank you so very much. We will see you all tomorrow at the same time for day 2 of the Cadet Academy Global Special Educators Virtual Summer Camp 2020 in partnership with Nessie Learning. My name is Susan Ilian, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. See you, everybody.